Yo, this is Sturdy with Level Up Now. I got Anthony right here, yo.
What's up? How are you?
Woo, this is like, I don't know, like we call legends, but like he's like the stepper stool to the legends. It's like, I don't know what to call him yet. I'll think about it by the end of this. But yo, let's get into it. For those of you who don't know who Anthony is, or do you want to introduce yourself?
You can give me yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let me. I'm sorry, yo. Like, this is an Instagram builder, right? Like, I don't want to mess anything
growth
up.
hacker. I don't know. There's a bunch of different ways people say it. But Instagram builder, growth hacker. I own famous Instagram pages. Like, I'm not famous, but my pages are, kind of thing. But yeah, big pages on Instagram.
Right. And so I even got a consultation call myself. Just definitely some knowledge that we don't even really look at on an everyday basis that are really crucial to our growth as a business or an individual brand or whatever you have going. Social media is the way to go, and this is the guy to help you get to the top. So I mean, let's start with your like background, childhood, not so young, but like.
Sure. I mean, so I grew up in New Jersey my entire life. I went to high school, typical high school, went to play sports. I liked to draw in high school. I guess that was like my thing, I guess, my hobby. Like I like to draw, and then went to college. I did good in high school. I got good grades, so I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I liked art a lot, and I wanted to be like a tattoo artist. So like that was like what I thought I was gonna do, but like I didn't need to go to college for that. And I told my mom like, yo, I didn't need to go to college. It's like, no, you're going to college. So I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm going to go to college. And so I was just like, what do I want to do? And I was good at science and stuff and math, so my mom was just like, be a doctor. Because, you know, like that's every mom's dream for their child is to be. So I was like, all right, you know, and I kind of just ran with it for the first like couple years. And I think like sophomore year, I really decided like that wasn't for me. Like the school thing, like I was good at, but like I didn't really like it. You know, like I liked learning about biology, not medicine per se. So, you know, like I kind of thought that, you know, like I'd have to figure something out, and me being a biology major during college allowed me to do the social media stuff to help fuel the passion for art at the same time. If that makes sense.
That's interesting, yo. Like, matter of fact, I was a chem major like 2 years ago. I was a pharmacy tech, and I thought to be a pharmacist.
Yep.
Just like that was the next step. I was tired of being a pharmacy tech, but then I realized, like within being in school, same thing. Like I don't really want to be here, type of thing. That's really interesting about the tattoo artist thing. I actually came here. We're in New York right now, yo. This school in Brooklyn is called ART. Like I started a little bit, but then it was like, do I really want to be doing this the rest of my life?
Right.
I have a lot of in and out things, but whatever. Yeah, that's how we like find out our passions and what we really are meant to be in. So, how did you know you didn't want to be a tattoo artist?
Well, it's not that I could become still a tattoo artist. It's just like I didn't think that was a big enough goal for me to reach. I was just like, I could become a tattoo artist like really in a year if I wanted to be. You know, like it wouldn't. You know, like I already drew and stuff. I tried to get an apprenticeship. I could have gotten a couple if I really wanted to. But I was just like, is this really a big enough goal for me? You know, so I felt like I was settling. But in the same sense, I was just like, that's what you really liked at the time. But you know, I just felt that there was more for me than just a tattoo artist.
Is it like dying with a legacy?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, that's so lit. Like I know, like a lot of people just that's so true. Like it's just like more to your name. Like who was I watching? Daniel, this guy Daniel. I put his name at the bottom. He was saying like you want a lot of people at your funeral.
Oh yeah, I saw that Instagram post the other day.
Yeah. Or do you want like a little bit of people who really didn't really push you or like, you know, move you enough? So yeah, man. Let's get into how you actually started your pathway, like into the dream. You said that you realized within school. So, like, how did school make you change your mind?
It just made me think about, all right, how can I continue what I'm doing and then progress somewhere else and also build towards something else? So I was just building a community at first, which is what I wanted to do on Instagram, and I was able to put in a work every day here and there just because social media is great, you can do it anywhere. And I just saw it working, and I was just like, if it keeps working, you know, eventually it will grow to a point where it's like a legit brand. So once it starts working and you see something working, you kind of just like go with it, you know? That's when you double down on something. And I saw that it was working early, and I just doubled down since.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like what made you like figure out that it was working? But I mean, it's probably just like a thing that
it's just like small increments. So like I knew it was like exponential. All right, so it started out 10 followers a day. That got to like 100 followers a day. Next thing you know, I was getting like almost 1,000 followers a day, and then Instagram like really blew up. And then at the height of it, I was getting like 10,000 followers a day. And then that's when I was just like, all right, this is like legit. You know, like there are people like actually liking this content, like going ham, watching it and stuff, like the whole thing.
I was actually talking about like the actual app. But
oh, so like how did I realize it was working?
Yeah.
Just because people were following me and liking my pictures.
Your daily sketches.
So I just started reposting content that was on Instagram. So I had my personal Instagram page that was all my art, and I converted it into almost a repost page. So it was art, all my art, and I was just trying to be like a famous artist, I guess you would say. And then I was just like, I don't have the time to draw and do this bio thing. I'm just gonna repost art that I like.
I see. Do you have like any artists out there who assist you in your art as far as like moving up with like better shading?
You know, like yes and no. I kind of just like, I've been drawing for a long time too. So I kind of have my own little style. I have like other ways that I kind of do stuff, but not really per se. And also just because like I don't really have time to practice drawing as much as I like to. So that's probably why.
I see. So I see you doing these like podcasts around, like I saw you do about like 2 or 3 prior to this. Is this like a thing that, how does this make you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I've told this story a lot of times, and like only recently it's been like on camera, but like I've told this story to like probably like 200 people like easily, you know, so I've told the story a lot, so I'm cool with it. And I know it's like a trending topic now, and a trending like, people are really like saying that people are making money doing this, so I get it. I'm cool with it.
So getting into like the actual like growth and hacking, is there any other social media that you use before we get into Instagram?
I didn't really use MySpace. I use a little bit of Facebook, but not really like how I use Instagram. Not really the same.
So like, it's crazy, man. Just thinking about how you took advantage of the new thing. Like first it was the internet, yeah. Then there was like, and then just even looking at screenshots. I have like an old phone, and looking at screenshots from when Instagram was
first out.
Right.
Yep.
And just seeing the digital changes and effects, and the fact that you hopped on that. That's just like who taught you how to hop on things like that? Just like take advantage of opportunities.
I didn't really, it's just kind of like a self thing, you know? You don't really like get it from anywhere. Sometimes you have it in yourself and you just kind of just go with it. You know, like, I was just like, this is a cool app. I thought it was a cool idea. No one really told me like, all right, now go do it. I was just like, all right, so now I'm just gonna go start doing it. You know, like, that's what I feel like a lot of people just like think about a lot of stuff, like, oh, is this a good idea? You know, like, let me get like 1,000 people's approval before I start to do it. And where it's like, why don't you just start? If it's a good idea, it'll work. And it's 10 times cooler to show someone something that's cool than tell them you have a cool idea.
Facts. I like that.
Yeah.
So I heard, well, we can get into that, but like, have you always had like this entrepreneur mindset?
Yes, and I hate to say it, but like I used to, sell some stuff in high school. I used to flip kicks, but I've always sold something, and I just realized that you get to college, like you gotta like be legit. I gotta take my life seriously, and so I just found the Instagram stuff. I'm like grateful for that, But like, yeah, I've always sold stuff, but like it's just like I always, like I would buy kicks to keep a pair, like I'd buy kicks, like just to have money to go out and stuff. So it was never really like entrepreneur where like, oh, I need to make money, but I was always selling stuff. I always had my own little side hustle. Yeah,
so let's talk about working with Gary V. How was that experience? Like, just even, was he an idol prior to you working with him?
Yes, for sure. So like I had, it's kind of crazy that he had gotten on Entrepreneur magazine, and I put that like magazine cover on my wall. Literally like 3 months later I was working for it. It was crazy. It's still on my wall because I was just like, I can't take it down now.
Right.
So yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, I just like swiped up to an Instagram story one day, working for him 2 weeks later.
Yeah, that's interesting. A lot of connections like that I'm seeing happen like now that I'm really like hustling, looking for every opportunity is happening like that. I mean, like also no's are like that too, but the yeses are.
Exactly. You got to take 1,000 no's before you get 10 yeses. So.
Facts. So like I'm just imagining like his work environment. Like it has to be very like humble or like encouraging, motivational.
Fast. It's very fast. I wouldn't even say motivational. It's a company. It's very fast. Like everyone's working, like all the time. It's chill. Like very cool environment. Like the vibes are chill. Like it's not really a corporate environment, but everyone works real hard. Like you get in there like 8:30, 9 o'clock, and you don't leave till like 6:30. And then if you're in the city, like I was getting on the train in the morning, 7:30 a.m., getting off the train 8:15. So it was a full 13-hour day. So every day too. So it takes your toll, but like you gotta realize why you're doing it, right? And the opportunity you have, all that.
Yeah. So just for the viewers, would you do it again?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. It's like there's like that sacrifice for that big picture. It's like everything right there. So how did you fit in?
So I was just helping him with Instagram stuff, right? Like I was never like a content guy. More as like I focus on distribution, right? Content's king, but distribution's also like queen, I guess you could say. Like your content could be amazing, but if no one sees it,
Right. That's true. Yeah. So did you like do anything other than that? Is it any time that you felt like?
Oh yeah, I did paid media. I played around with live stuff, but that was like my main focus the majority of the time. I ran the Team Gary V page for like 6 months. I did a bunch of different stuff, but like mainly focused on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So all social media.
So like, how did you get to the point where you decided that you wanted to leave just simply because of you, like even after that being an idol?
So I didn't even really technically leave. I technically got let go or fired because like I was doing my own stuff the whole time that I was working for Gary. Because like I wasn't gonna stop doing my stuff just because that's what got me there. So it didn't make sense for me to like do all that work for like 4 years on the Instagram stuff just for me to shelf it to work for Gary. So I was doing both, and then my stuff started to pick up along with Gary's stuff, and then I just didn't have enough time for both.
That's so lit. Like I think a lot of us are in the world or mindset where we feel like even our idols are like different people.
Exactly.
And when we get opportunities like that, it's like drop everything.
I know. See, like I know that I didn't want to become like a D-Rock or like a Tyler, like, and devote my life to Gary for like however long.
Right.
You know, like I knew I wanted to do my own thing. You know, like I knew that this was like a temporary thing for me to get my name out there, give me some validation in the space, and then from there I can move on.
So like, what are you working on now that you left? Or how did it change, like, from this absolute moment, okay, well, from you leaving, just getting your mind right, talk about that, and then now what are you doing?
So like, I just left. It wasn't even really getting my mind right. It was kind of just like, all right, now you're all in on yourself. You don't have a job, right? You know, like, this is your job, you know? And I never really had a job, so I've always kind of had that work mentality, but you know, it's different where it's like, you're supposed to have a job and you don't, right? You know, so when people ask you, oh, what do? You gotta like come up with something, right? So like, I'm starting a media company. I'm doing like a lot of stuff with like that. Just a lot of building my Instagram network. We're trying to be like the biggest Instagram network of all time. Yeah, so,
Congratulations.
Yeah, so that's the goal right now.
Wow. So like, for you to have a media company coming out, like, where are you reaching for resources?
So like,
besides your own,
I have a co-founder. Resources where it's just like networking, right? It's just like cold DMing people, getting them to talk to you, you know, getting on the phone with them. I had a 2.5-hour business call this morning, so like, it's doing all that, all the day-to-day stuff, and then continuing to grow my own Instagram accounts, right? So that's a day-to-day thing too.
What are your goals? Like, I feel like with big dreams, you have to have like this, like, legit goal to where it's not like money.
You know, like, I just want to have the freedom to do whatever I want. You know, like my parents, they're always talking about money. They're always talking about like bills this, bills that. Oh, you gotta save, you gotta save, you gotta save. And I get all of that, but I don't want to have to live my life thinking every second about what I'm spending. You know, I just want to live my life. That doesn't mean like blow your cash, but it means like you should not have to second. You know, like if I want a dinner for $100, I shouldn't have to second think like, can I pay for that? You know, and it's just like freedom in life. You know, like if you don't have financial freedom to do what makes you happy, are you really happy? Because you're always worried about your finances. Finances is literally, I hate to say it, it's like one of the most important things, because like you need money to do stuff. You need money to live life. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Yeah, so that's it. I guess you want to call it financial freedom, I guess it's that, but it's more just freedom. Like if I want to live in Dubai for a month, I'm gonna do it. You know, so that's that. That's basically it.
What type of stuff have you been able to do that you like specifically noticed that you wouldn't be able to do if you had a job?
My Instagram stuff. That's why I got fired. So it's just like, because it happens all day, and then like in between the times that I'm growing the account, I have to manage like finding more posts, responding to people who DM you, email you, doing all of the negotiations for people who want posts and stuff. It's like a full-time job, but you know, you have like 5 million followers on Instagram. That's like a legit, it's a job in itself. You know, like there's only so many people in the world that are like the size of like what I do at the same level. I would say like there's like 20,000 accounts on Instagram that have like over 1 million followers. So I'd say like half of them are famous. So you know, like,
right, I get it. So how many pages? Let's dive deeper in this. How many pages do you have that are at this account?
So 4 accounts over 1 million followers, and then 1 account at around 400.
And so how are you able to get these accounts? Not the actual process, but what is it, the subject, the topic that attracts the people?
I just pick. So at first, I just picked art because I liked art. And it just happened that a lot of people like art. It's a very like universal topic, hobby, I guess you could say. And then for the other ones that I created, it was 2 more art accounts, so it lined up real well. And then I made a nutrition account because I love like working out and nutrition, and I realized that was an unsaturated space currently on Instagram. So I was like, all right, this is good. You know, like there's not a lot of accounts, and I know that there's an account with a large following on this already. And so like when I started, that one account had I think like 700 or 800,000 followers, and now they have 1 million, but I also have 1 million. So now I'm like one of the biggest too.
Yeah.
So you just got to think about like, is there an account like that that can prove that there's like a following for that, and you know like, is it super saturated? So like I wouldn't create like a luxury page. There's 6 million luxury pages, so yeah, exactly. So
I see. Yeah. So are there like any like basic tips that you can give the viewers?
Yeah, I mean, of course. Think about your account as a media account over a personal account. You know, you gotta get. Don't have your profile be like a highlight reel. Try to provide value, and if not value, just like show the cool stuff you do in your life, but like through like documentation of your life, not like a picture every 2 months of you like doing something cool, because that's not really someone getting to know you. So like, think about it, if I didn't know you and I, went to your profile and I didn't personally know you, you weren't famous, and you weren't posting stuff that I thought was interesting, I'm not gonna follow you. It's just like that simple. So like, it's really hard to get past the fact that I don't know you. So you have to either be doing something really cool, or they have to have heard about you from some other outside. So you gotta think about it like, if I was not me, why would I follow me? So right, like if you were me, why would I follow you? Right? So and then you gotta think about like how many different varieties of me, like there are some people who just might not like me, might not like the way I look, might not like the way I talk, might like a million things, right? So you gotta keep that in mind. You wanna be as relatable, you wanna be as unique and engaging, because then if you're just posting pictures, like pictures are amazing, but they gotta be amazing pictures, it's Instagram. Everyone's taking amazing pictures.
Right.
The iPhones are crazy these days. So you just gotta be unique. Don't copy, steal, and make your own little put your own twist on it. There's like a bunch of little. I think people gotta just change their perception of Instagram and think about it as less as, yo, let me flex. How can I flex and tell people my life is cool as much as possible? And then be more about like, what do you actually do in your life? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's real.
So, because that's more interesting. I'd rather know what you do every single day than you tell me every 2 weeks that you did something cool.
Yeah. That's interesting.
It's just because, one, it's easier to if you're keeping up with every day and you're getting personality and you're getting constant updates, it's easier to want to find more of that and get more of that than just every once in a while he posts a picture and that's why videos do best. You should be using stories every day. I sometimes don't even do this, but that's just because I'm working on these other accounts. If I had only my personal to focus on, I'd be making videos just like you're doing, everything. But people just are afraid to do this.
Yeah.
People literally will think about doing this for 6 months before actually buying a camera.
Wow. Yeah, that's some definite knowledge, some juice that he's providing. How can we find more about you? If you want to get more in depth with this consultation.
Yeah, so I'm putting on a YouTube channel soon. It's not out yet, but my Instagram, just stay up with my Instagram. I'm gonna be like doing a lot of stuff with my personal stuff, just because I realize that, you know, an account, the person who runs an account is only so great as if you know the person who runs it. So like, I did like a question poll, and I got like 6 million people asking me like, who are you, what's your name, all that stuff. So I'm gonna do like a whole thing on that, but yeah, it's coming soon, just like my hat, I guess. Lincoln.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, so, but yeah, that's it.
Alright, yo, any final words that you want to give the people, even if it's not related to Instagram? Just
stay consistent, persistent in whatever you do. That's it.
Alright, guys.
That's it.